Give me 1 second. All right, we in there. Beautiful. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, shalom, shalom. GMS Charlotte, GMS Mississippi. Got the brother, the elder Kazak, back at you with another quick live stream through the Spirit and Power Yahweh Hashem El Shah. Before we get started, I want to say Kol Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Hey, shalom to you, brothers. Excuse me. So we're back at you with another quick live stream. We had a response we wanted to touch on the Black Jesus story. It's a heavy video that's going out. It's a strong message that's going into the elites of this world about what's getting ready to come. All right, Yahweh Hashem Shah is about to raise up his chosen men with that spiritual power, man. You know, a few brothers have seen the video. We've been talking about it before we started the lesson, you know, because that power upon high is coming, man. All right, the Lord is going to raise up his chosen men, the 144,000 in the earth. All right, with those spiritual abilities, man. You know, so we got a quick clip we want to play. A lot of you brothers probably seen it already. Like the brother said, the video is spreading like wildfire, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's a very heavy spirit, you know. So we're just gonna play the clip, and then we're just gonna go in the spirit from there. And Elder Kazak, if you got anything you want to add in there, you know, you can add in there.
Well, yeah, that's just it, man. You know, we're living during a time when the Lord's men will be endued with power from on high. They're gonna receive that power, and Lord will, we're part of those men.
Come.
You know, so you know this lesson is spiritual. Going back to the video that we're responding to, you know, this lesson is inspired from that video. It's all spiritual, man. You know, these people are afraid. Esau's in trouble. All right, he's in trouble, and he knows he's in trouble. Okay, like the brother Aisha made the point before we started up. This is the reason why so much has been funded in keeping us blinded. So much money has been funded in murdering us. Basically, Esau seeking to eradicate us to keep us away from that power. To keep us out of touch from getting that power, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. And now we're living during a time when we're going to get that power anyway, as long as we stay faithful. But yeah, bro, you can play it out. You got it.
All right. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up. Is it on the screen?
I see it.
Okay.
Chris in Long Island, New York. Well, welcome to say hi to David Wilcock.
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Dave. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Chris.
Well, I had a question for David in terms of reading his new book, Defense Mysteries, which I'm very enjoying very much.
Thanks.
And one of the chapters was Nikola Tesla, the Pete Peterson and Nikola Tesla Black Ops.
Yep.
One of them is about the Black Jesus, where the sun being appearing in Africa.
Yep.
And I just want to know if you know any more information you would share with us, because I thought that was very captivating to me, and I just wanted more information on it.
Yeah, the Black Jesus story. The Black Jesus story was probably one of the most shocking things I ever heard. It came from my insider Jacob, I call him that in the book, who actually was working for the Rothschilds and still does, and also is a whistleblower who doesn't really do what they want, but continues to work for them because he feels like there's some very serious extraterrestrial threats to Earth, and that what they're doing is very necessary to protect us. So the story goes that in the 1960s, there was a black man in Africa who came in with abilities complementary to those of Jesus. And he was performing miracles. He was starting to get people to listen to what he had to say. And the cabal tried to kill him, and, you know, they could shoot him in the head and his skull would just regenerate and the flesh would grow back, and he was fine. And, you know, so the crazy story that I heard, which, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed this, that I would be killed. And I ended up putting it in the book anyway. The story was that this guy, you know, they finally said, okay, we're going to bring you to the United Nations and share your message with the world. Let's get you on this flight. They bring him on this flight, and instead of bringing him to the United Nations, they shot him repeatedly, and then actually had some kind of meat grinder device, and basically like a bandsaw, I guess, and sawed up his body into a whole bunch of pieces, put him in these very like radioactive shielded containers, and then had all these fighter jets dock with the plane and fly his body parts to all corners of the world, where then these containers turned them into ash. And they thought that maybe this would defeat him, like that his body somehow, the tissue was necessary. So if they destroyed all the tissue in all these places across the world, maybe they could defeat him. Well, he then regenerated in their offices and was fully fine, fully intact. But the sad part is that he said, you know, you guys so badly do not want me to be here that I am not going to be able to do any more. You're going to get what you want, but bear in mind that in the future, many others like me will be coming, and when they do, you will not be able to stop us.
Wow. Wow. Well,
that's all I know. Unfortunately,
right.
There's nothing more to the story than that.
Incredible. But
it is an incredible story.
Incredible. Let's go to wild card. Thomas, right here in.
Too heavy.
All right.
You know, so like you were saying in the video, many more like me are coming, man. Okay. And as we were saying, this is a very strong message to the elites of this world, man. Okay. That Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to raise up men with spiritual power. Many more like me are coming. You're not going to be able to stop them. You know, hey, you can speak on it, Elder, because, you know, this is heavy, man. You know, I got the scripture lined up too. Matter of fact, I'll get that real quick. You know, I got that one in James we were speaking on earlier. I just wanted to pull that real fast. James chapter 2 and verse 19, and it reads, it says, thou believest that there is one power or one God. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble.
Right. So we believe ultimately there's only one power, man. One force, Yahweh. Okay. And we know him. We have a relationship with that power. All right. The power of the heavens and the earth, him and his son. All right. We have a relationship with them, a personal relationship, man. All right. We know their names. So we believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But see, the elite, they know about Yahweh Shem Yahushua and they tremble, man. Mm-hmm. Because like this guy, what's his name? David Wilcock. Mm-hmm. Like he mentioned, you know, pretty much a person that he knew that worked for the Rothschilds, you know, basically he had time, you know, that he spent around them. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he's still working for those particular, you know, people. All right. But they have all types of information, classified information that we don't even know about, man. But see, everything's coming out now. Mm-hmm. All right. So the devils believe and tremble. You able to see some power like that? All right. Which we believe through the spirit, that man that they end up grabbing up, they're calling him Black Jesus because he had the same type of ability or superhuman capabilities that our Lord had. All right. You know, we believe him to be an angel. This particular man that they're talking about, and it's not far-fetched, man. You know, not to say that the Lord, you know, couldn't give, you know, a certain man, you know, spiritual power. We receive spiritual power all throughout our history. But, you know, when you listen to the story, the fact that the man was able to regenerate the way that he did, you know, his head coming back together, you know, everything coming back together, you know, him fully regenerating right before their eyes, more than likely that was an angel. And the Lord, see, he could do that, going back to, you know, the history of when you read in Genesis, when Yahushua came as Melchizedek, basically during that period of time, Yahushua, he pretty much just materialized into a body.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he pretty much came like an angel, so to speak. You know, scriptures say without father, without mother, without descent. It tells you that in the book of Hebrews, but he just materialized into a body. All right. So it's not far-fetched to have an angel. It seems like he's in human form, but he's extraterrestrial, so to speak. You know, the way his body can come back together. And they sought to put this man to death. You know what I'm saying? But nothing worked, man. Nothing worked. And you know, and we going into this because through the Spirit, this is a shadow of things to come. He said there's going to be many more like him to come in the future. And when they come, you're not going to be able to stop them. Like Brother Ashiar said, speaking about the 144,000, the Lord, he's going to raise us up, man. And these people know it. That's why they make so many movies on it.
Yep.
All right. And once again, that's why so much money has been funded, you know, for keeping us away from our heritage, man. You know,
I just want to add a quick point on what you said about, you know, the black Jesus guy being a possible angel. The scriptures say that some have entertained angels unawares, right? You know, and then I remember I want to say about 2-3 years ago, the brother down in Houston, he did the video with the angel caught at the football game. I know brothers remember that video. You know what I'm saying? So that's just another example of how Yahweh Shem Yahushai is manifested his power on the earth, man. Because when I saw that video of the angel at that Redskins Dallas Cowboys football game, man, like it was nothing else to be said, man. You know, that was clearly an angel of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So we're getting ready to see, just preluding to what we're getting into this lesson of the Lord, you know, manifesting his power. And one way he's getting ready to do that is by giving that same power from the heavens to his chosen men on this earth, man. You know, so that Yahweh Shem Yahushai be glorified, you know. That's it. You know, let me get this scripture for you real quick. I'm gonna grab John, and hey shalom to all you Akim on the comment board, you elders, Zaquanium, you know, Barak Allah, see you, brother. You know, I'm a one. Hey, Thawada, I'm a one too. The priest, I'm a one from the Charlotte camp. He's the brother that found the video and sent it out. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Barak Allah, how about Shemal Shai? All right, but let me get this scripture real quick. Let's get John chapter 14, and I'm gonna start at like verse 10. All right, John 14 and verse 10, and it reads, John chapter 14 verse 10, red letter, Yahushua speaking. It says, and it reads, John 14 and 10. It says, "Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and in the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father which dwelleth in me, he doeth the works." You know, so Yahushua was giving glory to Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, because he's the one that was putting forth the works. You know, through his power. You know, verse 11, it says, "Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake." You know,
and see. Hey, just to elaborate on that really quick, that's why the scriptures say, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen." All right. You know, see, Lord will, we're those men. You know, once the Lord, you know, endows that power upon us, man, you know, every single thing that we do, we're going to attribute it to the Father. Because we're not doing it of ourselves, man. Same thing with Yahushua. You know, any single miracle that he did, man, any and every single miracle he did, he attributed all that to his Heavenly Father, man. All right? Because he know where that power came from. All right? And we know where the power is coming from. Even right now, as we do these different shows, you know, because you wonder, where does the inspiration come from? You know, how are you all of a sudden motivated? You know, what propelled you to do this, man? You know, where did the gas come from? You know, not self-inspiration. Now, we push ourselves, but ultimately, there has to be someone behind the screen, man. There has to be someone behind the projector, all right? See, this is the Most High's movie. We're not doing anything of ourselves, man. So Yahushua said, if you don't believe me for me speaking the word, at least believe for the very work's sake. At least believe because of the spiritual power. See, that's why scriptures say, you know, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Once you see us with it, it ain't gonna be nothing else to say, man. You know what I'm saying? And for people that have been talking shit, for you people that been talking shit, man, once we get our hands on you, all right, hey, man, ain't gonna be nothing to say. And, you know, we ain't gonna accept gifts either, man. You know, you to bribe us, you know, we gonna want your life. All the shit that we had to go through, man, you know, but we gonna glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, because, hey, the Lord is doing this, man. You know, you just wait. You got it, brother.
That's right. And another aspect, just to land back on what you were saying, the Lord is also going to raise his men up, his chosen men up with that power to seal the rest of the elect. You know, there's going to be men and women out there, children that's going to see the power from certain men, and they're going to believe, you know, because remember, I think it's in Acts where the disciples did the miracles and they brought in like 5,000 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, you know. So we're definitely in them times again. We're in the book of Acts all over again. So these same things are going to happen. But to continue to read on, you know, I just wanted to add on to that point. John 14 and verse 12, and it reads, it says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father."
Yeah, man. So once you see brothers doing things that are beyond human comprehension, you know, seeing things that are beyond your reality, beyond this reality, you know, because you can't put in the words, you can't, you know, eloquently speak or seek to figure out how a man can do these particular things, man. You know, figure out with the human mind how a man can just teleport out of nowhere and appear somewhere else. How a man can make fire just come out his hands. You know, a man beginning to levitate, a man flying. All right, pulling a damn, you know, a stoplight out of the damn ground. You know, just different things like that. Things you've never seen before, and that's what the Lord is going to do. And really, it makes sense, because when you look at all of the technology the Heavenly Father, you know, gave Esau, you know, through the left-hand side, but everything the Most High gave Esau, really, it comes from the Most High. You know, Esau didn't think of this himself, man. Esau is not some great genius. They could just figure shit out, man. You know, what's power in Esau? The Most High's power in Esau. You know, the fact that we're able to do these different, you know, live shows on, you know, computers and laptops, you know, cell phones, you know, this is all the Most High technology, you know, and like you had mentioned earlier, the fact they had these different super soldiers, and Esau got exoskeletons and, you know, different things that he's, you know, different military equipment that he's, you know, equipping his military with, ultimately to fight us. All right. What is the Lord going to give us then? Because the Lord gave that to the wicked, you know, and you saw in that clip, they were not able to destroy that man, which once again, through the spirit, you know, more than likely he's an angel, but that represents how we're going to move in the future. The type of power the Lord is going to give us, man, which, you know, really the fact that we're the sons of God, we are angels.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We're the sons of God on the earth. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, he's going to give us that power, man. That's why you came to this truth, to glorify the Lord, you know, and Lord willing be saved. But the Lord, he's going to give you that power as a sign or a token that he's with you, man.
That's right.
You know, and that's also how we're going to be able to eat during the time of the chip, you know? But yeah, you got it, brother.
Precept to add on to what you were saying, Psalms 82 verse 6. And it reads, it says, "I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High," man. So like the brother was saying, you know, we're gods, but we're gods on a low level right now. Okay. That's why Jacob, all right, is the most dominant when it comes to all aspects of life, man. But in these latter days that we're living in, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to raise Jake's vibration frequency on a whole nother level. All right, he's gonna open our minds. He's gonna open up that pineal gland, man, and allow us to use 100% of our brains, man, and have that power, man. So going back to the point where you were saying, we was talking about before we started the show. There's a reason why the vibration of all these different superhero movies have been coming out over the past 5 years, 10 years. You know, the Avengers, the Captain Americas, and all of that. You know, because that's the spirit that the Lord is putting out there, man. That type of power is going to come, man. You know, even though Esau's characters and shit, that's all left hand, but there's going to be men on the earth, you know, that's going to be raised up as gods, man. You know, I got another quick one for you, just to continue to add on. Let's grab Isaiah 40. I was looking at that. Isaiah 40, and I'm gonna start at verse 28. You know?
Take a point real quick.
You got it?
Just to learn back what you said. The Most High is gonna make us limitless.
Con.
You know? Because 2 movies, man. The movie Limitless, starring Bradley Cooper, and also this movie, it was called Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With that one chick, you know what I'm saying? Which she may be a Jake. What's her name? Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. Con.
You know, but you get the word Lucy. Lucy goes back to Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? And we're Lucifer on the right-hand side, man. You know, with the light bearers on the right-hand side. But you notice when both of those movies, you know, in the movie Limitless, starring Bradley Cooper, his character, and this movie Lucy, starring Scarlett Johansson, in both movies they both took a drug, all right?
Yep.
That you know supposedly opened up their whole mind, opened up their pineal gland. Now, see, in the movie Limitless, they showed you, you know, really what he did was only scratching the surface. See, he really was supposed to have spiritual power. The fact that he could know everything and see everything, he wasn't just supposed to be some guy that wanted to, you know, make it in this world, so to speak, being a stockbroker or something like that. You know, different things he was doing. He would have been doing what Lucy was doing, because ultimately they showed you she ended up getting spiritual power when she got opened up so much. But see, the Most High ain't gonna give us a damn drug. Hey, the fact that we have the Holy Spirit, His Holy Spirit, this is gonna give us access to this type of power, man. You know, and they showed you, well, in that movie Lucy, she kept gaining access to more of her brain. So while ultimately, it's like she was so powerful, she couldn't even live in this world. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High, He's gonna make us so powerful, but still be able to be contained on this earth, man. But He's gonna make us so powerful, man. Because remember, just dealing with the angels, you know, one holy angel can destroy the whole earth. But just showing you the way the Lord is gonna make us in the kingdom of heaven with those new bodies are gonna help us contain that power, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? We believe before we get up out of here, according to the Holy Scriptures, we're gonna receive that power before we get up out of here, before we get the new bodies. You know what I'm saying? Because see, you're gonna get the new bodies when the Lord comes. You know, when Yahweh Shah comes, that's when we're gonna be changed. But we believe through the Spirit, we're gonna be raised up before that. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, He gonna give us those new bodies just to, you know, finish us off.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? To change us completely. You know what I'm saying? But before that, before Babylon the Great is taken out, the Lord is going to give us that power as a signet, as a token. He's with these men. Once again, then shall they be known who are my chosen. First and foremost, because of the words that we spoke were not our words. It was the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai speaking through us. And the words that we spoke, these prophecies came to pass. You got that aspect. And also when the Lord give us that power to defend us, showing that He's with us, man. And once again, hey, you saw in that clip, even though they didn't show you actual video of, you know, the so-called Black Jesus, of Him regenerating, but you can believe just based off of, you know, David Wilcox's words, that actually took place, man. You know? Hey, because Esau, he doesn't have to, you know, he's not going to gain anything from lying, man. You know what I'm saying? How can you gain something from lying about something like that, you know? Here it is. Esau already don't want us to have that type of power. So why would you admit there was a you they say it's a man, you know what I'm saying, but we believe it's an angel, but a so-called dark-skinned man with this type of superhuman capability, why would you admit he would have this type of power over you?
Yep.
But we know that Edomite supremacy rules the earth right now. If you're an Edomite, that doesn't benefit you, man. So we know through the spirit that actually happened. All right?
Mm-hmm.
You got it, brother.
Why would the devil give a faith booster to the elect? You know?
There it is.
I mean, if you think about it, you know, why would he do that? You know? All this was, and to all you brothers that's tuning in on this live show, that was a faith booster, man.
Yep.
For all you brothers that's in this truth that know what time it is, man. You know? So let me get this scripture for you, Akia. Just to, continue to push the spirit. Isaiah 40 in verse 28, and it reads, it says, Has thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting power, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding.
Yeah. And that's the type of power the Lord about to give us, man. Power you can't understand. All right? That's why Jake is infatuated with power when you think about it. Like you had mentioned earlier, all these different movies that have came out, these superhero movies, superhuman movies, whether it be Superman, whether it be, the X-Men series, the Avengers, different DC superheroes. Jake grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, whatever the case may be. Man. Jake is obsessed with that power, and just about every Jake that we can think of, even Jake in the world, man, which we were in the world at one point. Jake at least got one dream where they was flying, man. The average Jake got at least one dream where they was flying. Why is that? Because we're that people, man. And the brother just read the Most High, the everlasting God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the creator of the ends of the earth. He fainteth not, neither is weary. So the Most High don't get tired like us, man. Like us mere mortals. But remember, like it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, the Most High said he made us to be an image of his own eternity, man. So we're going to be just like him. In particular, just like his son, which his son is just like him.
That's right.
You got it, bro. And I got something for you too, by the way.
Okay, Con, I'm going to finish down at verse 31. Isaiah 40:29, it says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength.
And it's talking about Jake, because scriptures say how Esau will wear out the saints of the Most High. We're worn out. And even Jake in their youth, man. Jake in their youth getting tired, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake is finished, really.
Whew, man.
You realize how low we are right now, man. So the Most High, he has to tune us up. The Most High got to turn us up.
Verse 30, Isaiah 40 and 30, it says, Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. Verse 31, it says, But they that wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Going back to what the brother said. Every brother had dreams at one point in time in his life of flying, man. And read it again. Isaiah 40 and 31. It says, But they that wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. All right. So that's spiritual power. To run and never get tired, to fly, come on, man. But you gotta believe that. Go ahead, Salakia.
No. You good, bro. You good, bro. Imagine Jake in their prime, man. Jake when they was a teenager, you had just a burst of energy all the time. When the Lord give us that power, we're gonna feel greater than that, man. This is a moment that you've never felt before, man. This type of a divine power, man. And the key thing is waiting, because the Lord he gave both sides, the part where you don't wait and the part where you do wait. He said even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. So Jake don't want to take it upon themselves to take down Esau carnally. think that the power was in their own hands and they could take down this government, you're gonna utterly fall, man.
Come.
You know? I'm saying Jake that work out all the damn time, ain't nothing wrong with working out, but just Jake that think that that's where their power source is. Our power source ain't in carnality, man. We need something higher than this. We need something higher than this flesh, man. You know, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. So we're really going to become those new creatures, man. A new creation. All right? Mounting up with wings as eagles. You know, like the brother said, the ability to fly. The capability to fly, man. And this ain't talking about some damn novel by T.D. Jakes, man. Because that nigga actually got a damn book that he put out talking about mounting up with wings as eagles. Mount up with wings as eagles. You can look it up. T.D. Jakes. I'm probably saying the name a little bit wrong, but you know, it's somewhat along the lines of entitled Mount Up with Wings as Eagles. And he's talking about you know, prospering in America, man. But nah, man, the elect actually gonna have that superhuman power to fly. All right? Hey, the Lord had said, and the brother had read it, the things that the Lord did, we shall be able to do also and greater. And for all we know, the Lord, he could have been flying. We don't know. It's not documented, but the scriptures say he did so many works that the world itself can't contain all the books, man.
It wasn't written.
Yahweh Shah was probably flying. We don't know, but he said we're going to be able to do all this. And going back to that video, you know, that man, that angel, he said it's going to be men like him in the future. And what we going to do, Esau can't stop us, man.
Nope.
You know, you Edomites are in trouble, man.
That's right.
You got hey, was some more on that, brother? Because I got something.
No, go ahead. You got it. That was it.
All right, this is a Micah chapter 4, and I'll start at verse 11. All right, Micah 4 and 11. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion.
Yep, them nations that came against us. You can read about that. Psalms 83, Psalms chapter 2. You know, that crafty counsel of the nations, because hey, it all goes back to who we are, man. You know, we are the people. We are the children, the sons of Yahweh Shema Shah. Go ahead.
But they know not the thoughts of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Come.
Neither understand they his counsel, for he shall gather them as the sheaves into the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thine horn iron.
Yep.
And I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people.
Thou shalt beat in pieces many people, man. All right. So hey, the Lord is going to raise his men up with that power, and he's going to have his men conquer the nations, man. You know, conquer those it says those hills and mountains, man. You know, the Lord, hey, Jeremiah 16 and 16, those hunters, man. You know, we're gonna beat in pieces many people, man. You know, gathering the nations, you know.
And it's something too, man, because Esau, you know, in my Bible, man, they have these particular verses entitled "The Promise of the Coming Captivities."
See,
you know what I'm saying? So, and it's something that you had mentioned, because going back to the blessing that our forefather received, which lines up with the promise given to Abraham, you know, and also Isaac, and of course Jacob. The promise and the blessing, you know, spiritual power is encapsulated within that, man. That's a part of the promise, like you had said, you know. Immortality.
Yep. Any more?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much the point.
I got one. Philippians 3, because hey, this is what we're talking about. This is our conversation. Philippians 3 and 20, and it says, "For our conversation is in heaven." All right. It says, "For whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai," verse 21, "who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself." You know?
Yeah, man. So we're gonna put off this wretched flesh, man. You know, we're gonna shed this costume, you know. Hey man, we need new bodies, man. You know, it's time to put off this suit and put on that immortal suit for our spirit, man. You know, having to deal with all these different, reincarnations, which really was all a learning experience. It was a learning experience. It was unfinished business. We had to go through all this, man. Like it tells you in Second Ezra, even to the number of seeds is fulfilled in you. So we had to go through all these different reincarnations, coming back, over and over again. But see, now we're in the last time. This is our last incarnation before we're changed and immortal, man. And that's why this is the greatest fight right now. It's the greatest fight for our faith, man. But dealing with the nations that are gathered together against us, you mean to tell us they don't know who the hell we are?
Exactly.
Here it is. Every nation on the earth has some type of story dealing with the worldwide flood. They all know about the worldwide flood that took place, but they don't know about the Israelites. They can't narrow everything down to figure out these particular people are the sons of God. It's them over there. Them over there in America, them in the different parts of America and all over the earth, them in the low condition. Yeah, we know what the Israelites said. They right over there in the ghetto. They right over there trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly who we are, man. You know what I'm saying? It tells you on Revelation 11, they didn't suffer our dead bodies to be put in graves, man. They didn't want us to come into contact with who we were because they knew that we would take over the world again and ultimately put our foot in their ass again, man.
That's right.
Because they got all that history going back to the time of King David, when King David and his men would conquer the nations and set garrisons in those nations, all right, and make them pay tribute. See, that's all coming back, man.
It's all coming back.
But yeah, I got something else for you, bro.
You got it?
All right. Let's go to Wisdom. All right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. And I'll begin at verse 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High.
That's right.
Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them.
Yeah, we're going to have protection from on high, man. It said with his right hand. All right, which the right hand represents Yahweh Shai. Okay, right. Keep going.
He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor.
Ooh. And
make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies.
It said make the creature his weapon. All right, which precepts to Jeremiah 51. We'll get that too. All right, but it said, read that part again, Baba Kusha.
He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies.
For the revenge of his enemies, man. He's going to make the creature his weapon. Man. He's going to raise up his men with that power. Right. For the revenge of his enemies, man. So the Lord is going to allow us to get revenge on our enemies, man. How beautiful is our power, man? Like the Elder Kazak was saying, here it is. As a people, we went through hell and back. All right, by being destroyed and dominated by these nations. But in the end of everything, the Lord is going to raise us up to get them back. Times two,
Yeah. Well, what's that in Jeremiah? Destroy them with double destruction.
Whew.
But it tells you in Baruch, like the neighbors of Zion have seen our captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power.
That's right.
So the same exact nation that saw us, the same people that was living during the time when we went into slavery, they're back on the earth today. And they're going to see us being gathered up, man. How powerful is that? The very same people that was on the earth saw us getting shipped, in cargo slave ships, saw us getting our backs whipped, saw us getting sold on auction blocks, etc., man. These same very nations are back today, all of them, back today, and they're going to see us getting beamed up.
That's right.
And they're going to see us with that power, man. But yeah, you got it, bro.
I want to link that up. Was there any more in that scripture?
Yes, it's a little bit more.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Akia.
All right. I'll finish it off. It says, he shall put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of an helmet.
That's right.
He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise.
Mm-hmm. That's heavy.
And that word world goes back to cosmos. Basically, the elect of Israel shall fight with the Lord against the unwise. And like Scripture say, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. So, the unwise represents the elite. Because Scripture say if they were wise, they will understand their latter end, man.
That's right.
They would know, and they know what's about to happen. Here it is. You know you're about to fail, man. The fact that one of your symbols for your New World Order is the phoenix, you're about to get destroyed. I mean, your kingdom. Your kingdom is going to get destroyed, but for some reason you think you're going to be able to arise from the ashes and be able to trace everybody that got that damn chip, and they're going to be your slaves. Nah, man. Your ass going right into slavery, all right? We're going to get you first, actually. And by the way, we're going to have that power when we come get you, too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Scripture said that we're going to bind their kings and nobles with chains, man.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that talking about? All right? That's talking about the elites of this world, man. All the elites of this world, man.
That's right.
I want to add on to that Wisdom of Solomon 5 you brought out. That was beautiful. Jeremiah 51. And I'm going to start at verse 19. And the reason says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts is his name. Verse 20. It says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. All right. Going back how the Lord said he was going to use the creature, all right, for his revenge upon his enemies. All right. Jeremiah 51 and 20. Again, it says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. All right.
Because you different Christians, right? You plantation Christians, you always want to come to us and you want to speak about context. Well, just read what it says. We're reading exactly what it says, man. And when you go into this, in the book of Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, the Lord, he's telling you the destruction of Babylon the Great. Now each nation that the Lord will raise up to be a superpower at that particular time, they will be the ones to bring down the nations. The Lord will use them as his battle axe and weapons of war to take down the other kingdoms and conquer them. But we're living during the time of America being conquered. All right. We know that this place is going to be destroyed during World War III by Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and the different EU nations. All right. But see, the Lord got something else for you too. The very same people that got enslaved in this country, whose ancestors were whipped, lynched, burnt, women having their stomachs cut open, fetuses taken out, African Dodger gang, hit that coon, all that shit, feeding our babies to alligators. These descendants of these people, they're going to be raised up, all right? Their progeny, we're their progeny, okay? We're being raised up. The Lord is going to use us to do this, okay? And see, for this reason, it's the reason why Esau is going to be calling us terrorists, man, because we're speaking on things like this, all right? But it's just the truth.
It's just the truth.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. That's why he's been trying to genocide us since the womb. Mm-hmm. This is why he has the Planned Parenthoods. This is why he has, like you said, us living in the ghettos and the slums, the GMO foods, the chemtrails, the worldwide surveillance, the technology, the satellites, man. You getting tracked, ultimately leading to the chip, because they know, they always have known that the Lord was going to raise up many messiahs in the earth, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? In the last days, So come on, man.
Hey, and that's in Obadiah, how saviors shall come up upon, Mount Zion to judge down to Esau. Lord willing, with those men. You have the ultimate savior, Yahushua, but he's setting up other judges in the earth. But I love you made that point, bro, because like you said, dealing with the eugenics movement and Planned Parenthood and all that, even going back to ancient Egypt, showing you this Egypt all over again.
All over.
Why were they slaying the firstborn sons, or really just all the males? They was trying to, just get rid of all of us, because see, they was trying to prohibit, the raising up of a savior of Israel, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, they was trying to stop Moses from, you know, coming into fruition, but they didn't stop it. You know what I'm saying? So same thing happening this time, man. Which is why you have what's written in Revelation 11. The Lord said he's going to give power unto his two witnesses, which is the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, man.
Right.
And it mentions certain acts that our forefathers did. You know, Moses turning waters to blood. You know, Elijah calling fire from heaven. You know, but the two witnesses in particular are the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. You know, and Joshua, the high priest, and Zerubbabel. But just the point, our forefathers, the Lord gave them that power, man. You know, so like you said, going back to ancient Egypt, is the same, you know, spirit, man.
Same thing.
And this time, that's why they want to get rid of us. Why is the, you know, the big talk about how negative so-called Negro man is? You know, how he's such a criminal. He's this, he's that. You know, and not just the so-called Negro man, but the so-called Latino man, so-called Native American Indian man. It's more so the men, because power comes through the man. They can leave the women around because the women don't carry the seed. Exactly. The man is the threat. So they want to stop us from getting that power, man. You know?
A straight up targeted onslaught on the Israelite men. All right. And that's going on to this very day. It's so much emphasis on the Israelite men. And it's like, you see that, you got to ask your question. Well, why? You know, why is it like this, man? Because the rulers of this world, they know, man. You know, jumping back into it, Jeremiah 51 and 22, Jeremiah 51 and 20 says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee I will break in pieces the chariot and his rider." And think about that, man. All right, the modern day horse and chariot is Esau's military, his tanks, all right, his airplanes. All the things that you see in these video games and movies, man. The Lord is going to raise up men with that power, all right? And we're going to be destroying shit, man. Tanks, planes, militaries, all of that, man, all right?
You know the Lord going to do it because Esau is proud as hell of his military industrial complex, man. You know, they take pride in the American military. And, you know, in all these different militaries of the earth, not just the American military, but America, you know, this Babylon the Great. You know, so and that's the topic when you read in Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. You know, so the Lord got to bring this man's pride down. And he's going to do it using lowly men. You wouldn't expect men like us to have that type of power.
Exactly.
But just showing you the Lord, he's dealing with the underdog, man. You're not expecting us to do it, you know?
Hey, in every movie you see, the underdog always comes out on top. All right. I wanted to add on that quick point about the military. Real quick before I get back to that Jeremiah 51, this is Psalms 33, verses 16 and 17, and it says, "There is no king save by the multitude of a host," and a host is an army. All right, it says, "There is no king save by a multitude of a host, and a mighty man is not delivered by much strength. A horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength." All right. So the hell with Esau's military, man. He ain't got nothing on the right hand of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. All right, is the point. All right, jumping back, Jeremiah 51 and 22. It says, "With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid." You want to speak on that, bro?
Yeah, so really in that day, anybody gonna get it, man. Like everybody gonna get it, you know. Hey, the Lord ain't gonna give a damn, man. If you out of his chosen, you can get it. You gonna get it, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it shows you, man, the Lord, hey man, he was merciful and the Lord is righteous, man.
That's right.
You know, if you wait, you're gonna get rewarded. You're gonna get that power, man. You know, our key thing that we have to do is endure.
That's right.
You know, just keep on going, man. You're gonna get that power. And it makes sense, man. You think the Lord don't remember all the bullshit that Esau did to us? You think the Lord gonna let that shit slide? You know? And really, honestly, the only way to top what Esau did to us is spiritual power. That's right. Like this nigga, he did some super dirt, man. He did things we're not even gonna know about completely until we're in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Because see, if you was to know about it now, you go into shock. You know what I'm saying? You lose it, man. All right? You freaking lose it, man. You would have to have constant therapy. based off of the shit that he did to us, that the Lord opened you up to it now. All right, so hey, we just gotta wait, man. But in that time, when Lord give us that power, hey man, everybody been talking shit because the Lord he searched them out. They already marked. All right, everybody that walked past the camp had something to say. Everybody that talked shit, they clicked on the video, you know, had something to say. All of them marked, man. All of them. You know, because when we see these angels up in the air, when you see them chariots, man, they ain't just flying by looking cute. They're monitoring. All right, they're recording what's going on and they're reporting it back to the heavens, man. You know, so those are the eyes of the Lord. So they see all the little shit these people doing, man. You know, everybody has something to say negative against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and against the Lord's men. You know?
That's right.
You got it, bro.
Verse 23, last verse, Jeremiah 51:23. It says, I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. You know? So these are the elite of this world, man. They're going to get conquered, man. You know, going back, referencing what Jeremiah 16:16, those hunters. All right. He said he was going to pull them out of the holes of the rocks, man. You know,
out those bunkers.
Yeah, out them bunkers, Con. Yep. Yeah,
because scriptures say how Esau he gonna seek to hide, you know, in the dens and in the rocks, in the caves of the earth. But that's representing these different doomsday bunkers, man.
Yep.
You know. But yeah, I got something for you, brother. Was that on that? Or?
Yeah, that was it. That was it. You got it, bro.
Okay, this is in Leviticus chapter 26 and in verse 7. And there's another one like this in the book of Numbers. You know, I'm looking for it. Lord will, you know, I can find it. If I can't find it, you know, a brother can put it on the comment board, you know. This is Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 7. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword.
Whew, man.
And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
Hey, that's spiritual power. Hey, that's self-explanatory, man. It said 5 of you shall chase 100, man. You got 5 men versus 100 men, and those 5 men defeat that 100 men. That's spiritual power, man. Okay. You know, what's that scripture? There's many more that be with us than that be with them.
Yeah, I can get it for you. You
know what I'm saying? So, because what our enemies don't understand is that we have the true heavenly force with us, man. We have the true angelic force behind us, man. Okay, and the Lord is going to be with us in that time, man. You know, Lord willing, we be those men. But it takes the faith. You know, you got to have faith and believe that. You know, I believe it's in Kings, 2 Kings, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere there.
Yeah, I got it for you, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, this is 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 13. And he said, go, you know what? Let me start at verse 11.
You got it.
Right. It says, therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto them, will you not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king. But Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came by night and encompassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
Whew.
And Elisha prayed. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm just, you know, that's a faith booster, man. You know, he said, fear not, man. Here it is. They're surrounded. You know, they about the flood of enemies, man. And he said, fear not. There'll be more that be with us than them that be with them. You know, that's heavy, man.
I'm going to read that part again. Mm-hmm. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
That's it, man.
And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
Mm-hmm. The angelic force.
Yep.
You know, that's what's behind us, man. You know, and this is what, like I said, this is what the nations of this world, these heathen, they don't understand, man. Well, they do understand, and this is why, going back to what the elder Kazak was saying earlier, man, they didn't suffer our bodies to be put in the graves. They tried to hide our identity from us, man. They didn't want us to come back to our heritage, man, and to the knowledge of who we are. There's a scripture, the priest Amawan always brings it out. It's in Judith about the nations know what happens when we come back to our power. I'm gonna try to get, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Baba Pasha.
You
know, because the nations, they know what time it is, man. That's why it's so much emphasis of Jake, all right, and I say Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, to not know who you are, all right, to not know who your true power is, man. This is why the multi-billions and trillions of dollars was spent for you to be ignorant, man, for the nations to come together in the crafty council, etc. All these things that we read about and know to keep you away from your power, man. You know?
Yeah, and this speech was said by Achior, you know, the captain of the Ammonites, all right? And he said this in regard to Israel, you know? So let's read it. This is in Judith chapter 5, and we'll begin at verse 19, so we can just get the point.
All
right. But now are they returned to their power?
That's happening right now. Now they are returned to their power. In the land of their captivities, they should remember themselves, man. Go ahead.
And are come up from the places where they were scattered.
Man, that's a cut, man. Showing you that that's talking about the Israelite foreigners, the true Gentiles, man. They have came from the places that they have been scattered. When that part of the curses that the Lord was going to scatter us to the four corners of the earth, and we was going to be raised up, like it tells you in Ezekiel 11 and 17, those small sanctuaries, and the nations where I have scattered you. You know, go ahead.
And have possessed Jerusalem where their sanctuary is. And are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Yep.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
That's heavy, man. So the nations, they know what time it is, man. That's why in this day and age that we live in, that's why you got demons and scoffers like Vocab Malone, man. You know, and all these different Christians popping out of the woodworks, man. Because they know, going back to the Ezra, the 4th chapter, they want to stop us from building, man. Because they know they know what's going to happen once we come back, man. You know, once the house of David continues to be built like it's being built, man. They know what time it is. You know, they know that they're gonna fall as a nation, man. They know that we're gonna regain the world back and conquer this world, man. You know.
Yeah,
that's
man.
It.
The amazing part now is that it's all spiritual.
God.
Because back during the time of Ezra and Nehemiah, you know, when our different forefathers were, you know, rebuilding the temple, you know, you had Joshua the high priest and, you know, Zerubbabel, you know, just different men of the Lord, Haggai, Zechariah, different men that were living during the time of the rebuilding of the second temple. You know, basically, there was a physical building that was taking place. And it was spiritual because, you know, we're the people of the Lord that were building it, and it was the Lord's house. But see, on a deeper level, we're the Lord's house. See, we're that third temple that's being built. So this is of a higher glory, man. You know, the frequency of this building is far more greater. Okay, so the vibration going out right now is something that you need to be afraid of. See, they feared what was being built in the past. Now you're seeing the people of the Lord getting built up. You know, scriptures say we're lively stones. Okay, so you need to be afraid. All right. Hey, once again, the devils also believe and tremble. You know, they see all these camps popping up. They see multiple chariot sightings all the time.
That's right.
All right. So they can see what's taking place, man. At the end of the day, the Lord still has them proud. You know, because Scripture say the Lord, He's hardening their hearts. You know, but just so they come up against us, and at the end of the day, the Lord defend us, man. You know, and Scripture say, one says in Tobit, oh, see what He will do with you.
That's
just
right.
wait and see what the Lord will do with His men, man. You know, when you get, you know, power that has never been seen, man. You know, and I mean, man, it's gonna ooze off you. All right, people gonna know, yeah, he got that power. All right, stay away from him. You know what I'm saying? The Scripture say, let me get this for you real quick.
You got it.
This is in 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Mm-hmm.
The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Shai.
They should not be able to do anything against us. You know, that we won't be touched anymore.
Nah, that's pretty much the point.
Hey, that's the point. Hey, cut and dry. They should not be able to do anything against thee. Why? Because we're going to be blessed with that power, man. You know, we're going to be invincible, man. All right. Simply put, you got to believe that, man.
Got to believe.
You know? Hey, the devils also believe and tremble. You know, going back to the Black Jesus story. Here it is. They put gunshots to his face. All right. And his face regenerated right before the eyes. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine somebody getting shot in the face multiple times and then they body just regenerating back to its normal self and he's staring right at you in your face? You know?
But you see, Esau movies on it.
Come on.
You know? Even dealing with, well, you had mentioned, I know you got some articles and everything too, but you had mentioned Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? And you mentioned some other characters, but you know, brothers know about Wolverine, you know, from the X-Men, he's able to regenerate. Like, where did Esau get that idea from? And you mentioned another character?
T-1000 from Terminator. You know? Y'all brothers saw that movie, you know? Even though, he was made of liquid metal or whatever the case was, but when they shot him, he was able to, you know, reform himself, man. You know? That's the power. Example of the power, you know? I got a quick scripture for you, if you don't mind. You know,
you got
land back on the house of David that you mentioned earlier. All right, Zechariah 12, 8 and 9, and it reads, in that day shall the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Going back to what we was talking about, the Lord is going to defend the Israelites, man. All right, in specific, dealing with the elect. In that day shall the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. In the house
of case in point, the Lord, he's defending us, but the way he's going to defend us is by giving us that power. Because it's not of us. You know, we didn't give ourselves that power. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has given us that power. And it's going to be used to defend us, to protect us. In these times, and like Elder Apostle Gabar always makes the point, we're going to have a portion of that power. You know, we're going to need some of that power to survive out here, man. You know, and we believe that we're going to receive it as long as we stay faithful. You know, so we're going to be seeing all types of terrible sights, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a band of angels come out of nowhere, save a brother from a particular incident, you know, where a bunch of Edomites to snatch you up, put you in a concentration camp, got you strapped down, you know. Lord may send one angel, break you out, or the Lord may just beam that power down upon you from a chariot, you know. You receive that power and you kill everybody that locked you up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Just different things of that sort. We gonna see it. Remember, once again, man, this is the Most High's movie. All right. The Lord, he's all about showing his power, man.
That's right. Hey, just like the Matrix movie, you know, the Lord is gonna download the Lord is going to download that power into your mind, man. You know, like Neo, he was like, I know Kung Fu, you know, and he downloaded, he knew how to fight, you know. So reading on, Zechariah 12:8, again, it says, in that day, saith the Lord, shall the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them in that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai before them.
Yeah,
And
so that's powerful, man. It says how he that is feeble or the weakest of us is going to be like David, like King David. And King David has spiritual power. You know, the fact that he, you know, could play with, you know, a lion like a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like a goat or like a sheep, you know? He slew a lion and a bear, man. You know what I'm saying? He did that, all right? Which it was a spiritual meaning, a spiritual significance behind it, because he did it to protect the sheep. Basically, it was like him taking down the other nations to defend Israel, because we're compared to the Lord's sheep, you know? But King David had a spiritual power. That's how he slew Goliath. And that's why you had that one song about King David, how Saul has slew his thousands, and David is tens of thousands. You know, how can one man slay tens of thousands of people and not have spiritual power?
That's right.
So the weakest of us is going to be like David. And then it says the house of David shall be as the powers. That word God, you know, you look it up, is Elohim, which are the powers. It's going to tell you that, man. And it says angels, you know, judges, you know. But in particular, like the angels, once again, one angel can destroy the whole earth, man.
That's right.
You know, so we going to be like the angels, like the brother had read earlier. The Lord said we are gods, and all of us are children of the Most High. But right now, we're just on a low level with it, you know. But the Most High, he's going to increase our vibration, man. You better believe, hey, when the Lord is ready to show that power, because, see, right now ain't the time yet, man. But see, we're coming into that time when we're going to need it. Once again, during the time of the chip, during that time of, you know, the martial law, the concentration camps, we're going to be tested initially, you know. But see, after that, after we pass that process, the Lord is going to give us that power, man.
That's right.
You know, because once again, how are you going to be able to eat? We read that in 2nd Ezra. You know, when there are trouble, when heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. How are we going to be able to have abundance when everybody out here got the chip to eat? That means the Lord is going to give us that power so we can eat, man.
That's right.
You know, you're going to have the power to multiply food like Yahweh shot, hey, like brother had read earlier. The things that the Lord did, we're going to be able to do also in greater. All right? So dealing with that, and also the heathen not being able to do nothing against us. You know, the house of David shall be as the powers, as the angel of the Lord before him, man. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, we're on enemy lines, but this is showing, this is by that video that the brother had played in the intro, this showing that the Lord, he's still with us, even when it's our darkest hour, man. Because, see, they sought to put that man to death, but, see, that had to have been an angel. That's why they couldn't kill him, all right? But, see, you know, we're angels in human form, so Esau, he can physically put his hands on us, but, see, it's things like that, like the brother had mentioned, things like that is a faith booster. So, you know, when our faith is tested, we can know that the Lord is still with us, and out of nowhere, you're going to get that power, man. You're going to have the power to make people disappear, have the power to make them turn to ashes right before your eyes, man. Make them be a bloody mess. Like you watch the movie The Watchmen, and you got Mr. Manhattan. He made those people a bloody mess, man. You know what I'm saying? Blast their ass to nothing, and all of a sudden they guts and, you know, skeletal remains all on the damn ceiling and blood leaking and shit like that, man. They even showed you that one scene with Mr. Manhattan. He had he discompartmentalized a tank and then just put it back together. He pretty much balled it up, man. So that's the type of power the Lord will give us, man. And you gotta believe it. Which really, this is showing you when the Lord gives us that power, now it begins with the gospel, us preaching the word, you know, because the Lord said, you shall receive power. After that, the Holy Spirit has come upon you. So the Holy Spirit came upon us. That's why we're preaching. So
right.
the next step is that power, man.
That's right.
You know, which that's the Holy Spirit also, but that's the Holy Spirit being more magnified within us, man. And this is basically an introduction to the Lord coming in.
That's right.
This showing you the Lord coming back, man. When the Lord raised us up, you know, you watch movies like Chronicles. Them boys raised up, they got that power, and they gonna be no Edomites with that power either, man.
Nope.
You know, it's gonna be Israelites, man. Hey, that movie should have just been Michael B. Jordan, and they should have got some other characters up in there that were Jake, man. You know, but yeah, you can speak, brother. You got it.
No, it's the spirit. Hey, it ain't gonna be no Edomite hunters, man. You know, like they show you in the movie, you know, that came out. You know, it's gonna be Jake. You know, I got one more verse in that scripture, Zechariah 12:9. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. You know, so that's what's coming, man. You got it.
Nah, man. Hey, that lines up perfectly with what we had gotten Micah, the 4th chapter. How many nations are gathered together against us that say, let her be defiled, that our eye may look upon Zion. You know, pretty much them looking at us as if we're not going to come out of this lower state, man. And them wanting to keep us here. It's not going to work, man. Here it is, really, you know, you have lions caged up, man. Eventually, these lions are going to break loose.
That's right.
And these lions are going to have the mastery over you, Esau, Edom. Right. All right? You and these other heathens out here, man. But I got something else for you, bro.
You got it.
All right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. All right, and I'm going to get to the point. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse 4 on down. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
Yep, greatly rewarded. Go ahead.
For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Yep, that patience, man. Like you were saying earlier, you know, going back to waiting, suffering, man. But there's a reward that's coming for those men, you know. Go ahead.
As gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. We'll say how our bodies are living sacrifice. Oh, this is the point right here. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Spiritual power. You know, run to and fro like sparks on the stubble, man. All right. And you're gonna have men that's gonna be moving like the Flash, like Sonic, you know. Just to throw some names out there, man. That's the power. You know, all those are all forms of spiritual power, spiritual abilities, you know?
Yeah, just like when you watch DBZ, you know, Dragon Ball Z, you know, for older brothers, man, you probably didn't watch that cartoon like that. But I'm sure a lot of Jake know about it, you know? But when Goku or Vegeta or any of the characters, when they would be fighting, when they will fight so fast, you can't see them.
Yep.
You know? It's like you're seeing the shock wave, so to speak. You know, it's like how can you explain it, man? Just like sound in the air, so to speak. You know, it's like flashes. You know, it's like flashes. You don't see them, you know, make contact, but you see flashes because they move so fast. So there's like sparks among the stubble, man. You know, another example. What's his character, man? Out of X-Men, Magneto's son. He's called Quicksilver. You know what I'm saying? He moves so damn fast, which in the last different X-Men movies that came out, it featured his son, you know, Magneto's son, Quicksilver. You know, and they had him displayed as a goofy Edomite, all quirky and shit, you know. But he will be running, and he'll be, you know, be doing crazy shit. He'll grab somebody like a soldier. He'll grab his fist and put his fist in his own face. You know what I'm saying? He'll do different things to set the stage for when when he's done moving fast and everything gets back to normal speed, they'll fuck themselves up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether they didn't shot themselves, they didn't punch themselves in the face, just different stuff like that, you know? But that's superhuman speed.
That's right.
Running to and fro like sparks among the stubble. But the brother read earlier, they that wait upon you, how about Shemel Shah shall renew that strength, that shall mount up with wings as eagles, that shall run and not be weary.
That's right.
Like sparks among the stubble. You see that?
Gone.
The spiritual power is in the scriptures, man. You know, hey, in Ezekiel, the first chapter, where it speaks about, you know, well, it was a grandiose premiere, so to speak, or introduction of the Heavenly Father coming in the chariot, coming on a huge fathership, and then you had the 4 archangels, you know, the 4 living creatures, and then you had the other hosts of angels, you know, but they were all coming from this huge chariot. But basically, it says how the living creatures, which are, you know, the 4 archangels, they would run and it would be like lightning. Well, let me get that for you real quick. You know, because that's what that scripture remind me of. Basically, brothers, the Lord, he's going to give us the power to be unfuckwittable, man. And it's not a word. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we going to be. You know?
Hey, where do you think Esau get all these ideas for his Hollywood Marvel films and all of that, man?
Yep.
You know, straight out of the scriptures. You know?
And at this point, bro, we just got to see the power because the movies are getting boring, man.
Gone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, the movies are played out. They want to have, you know, women as superheroes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at this point, we just got to see the power. You know, the movies played out. Everything's played out, man. You know? All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 1. And I'm going to get to the point for the brother. All right. Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 13 and 14. As for the likeness of the living creature or living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. And like the appearance of lamps, it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning.
You know what's heavy too? To add on to that point, there was a movie, I forgot the name of it. I don't know if it was Immortals, but like you had the angels in the spiritual realm, and when they would come down to earth, it was like fast, like lightning, man. Like they would go from the spiritual realm and they would come down on the earth, and it was like a snap of a finger. You know what I'm saying? It kind of remind me of that, you know?
I believe that is Immortals.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, though? It was in the heavens, and whenever they would come down to earth, it would just be like a quickness. Yeah. They would manifest themselves as human beings. Like, it was real heavy. Yeah, gone.
At an instant.
Gone.
Yeah, man. And you know what? Now, what we're reading right here in Ezekiel first chapter is talking about the holy angels. In particular, you know, the 4 archangels. You know, with other angels, they have similar power. But basically, you know, once again, man, we're the sons of God on the earth.
That's right.
The holy angels, those are actually our brothers in the heavens, man. And they're rooting for us, by the way.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime that we do good, anytime we do something to please Yahweh Shem Shai, hey, they're rooting for us, man.
That's right.
You know, they're commending us. You know, like, yeah, that's my man down there. You know, he holds it down. You know, you know what I'm saying? So, and you know, and they're a part of that hedge. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we're protected. You know, you may have been preserved from a car accident or just anything could have happened to you at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? You know, they be looking out for us. But the point is, we're going to be fast like this. The brother read earlier, the house of David shall be as the powers, as the angel of Yahweh before him. We're reading about the angels right here in Ezekiel. So we're going to have power like angels, man. You know what angels can do? Man, do you know what angels can do? Angels can change their identities if they want to, man. You know, they can make themselves look like different people. You know, even our Lord Yahweh Shai, he has that power. He displayed it, you know, after his resurrection. He was able to change his face. What do you think Esau gets the idea for that comic book character Mystique in X-Men? She's able to change her identity, look like different people. The Lord did that. But angels, you know, angels can do that. They can change and look like different people, man. You know? But just different side notes. We're going to have power to do many different things, man. All in righteousness. And this is what these devils are afraid of.
That's right.
All right? And this is the reason why at the end of the day, that great wrath is going to come down, man. See, Esau, at this point, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Ain't nothing working. You know? Agent provocateurs ain't working. You know, me seeking to infiltrate these groups ain't working. Vocab Malone ain't working. Fuck it.
Nope.
I'm going to get these Israelites. Fuck it. At the end of the day, they just got to come for us, man. And when they come, the Lord going to make his move. That brothers always speak about, man. See, this is chess. Once they make their move, which the Most High making the move, the Most High going to force their hand. And once they make their move, the Most High going to make his move.
Let's get that.
Yeah, you got
Isaiah 59:19.
Yep.
It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall lift up a standard against him.
Woo! When the enemy shall come in like a flood, man, they gonna storm us. That's what we term stormtroopers, man. You know, hey, once again, the movie Chronicles, towards the end of the movie, you know, for right now, even though the guy, I believe he's an Edomite, but for the movie's sake, I'll pretend he's, you know, an Israelite foreigner. You know, at the end of the movie, you know, the guy that got the power, you know what I'm saying, that was pretty much the evil one. You know, the police came for him. The police came, the military came, and he used that power, and he pushed all their ass back. All the cars flew back. You know, the people, they flew back. You know?
Yep.
So when the enemy comes in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall lift up a standard against them, man. The word standard, it means a symbol of excellence. It's like you have a banner, a flag that represents a symbol of excellence. You know? A scripture say the Lord, his excellency is in the sky. That's in Psalm 68, man. But dealing with that power, the power from the heavens, man. All right. The word standard, it means to put enemies to flight. You know, when you look it up on Blue Letter, it means to put them to flight. How are we gonna put them to flight? Spiritual power, man. You can make people fucking disappear. All right. You know what I'm saying? You can have, man, you got the power to make people go crazy, man. Make them feel like they're hearing voices. All right. Make them just spin around on their own. Make them turn their guns and shoot themselves. You know? Man, we're going to be doing all type of out of this world stuff, but it's all to glorify Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Because we know the man behind the screen, so to speak, man. All right? Yeah, man. So, hey, you got it, brother. I got you. Hey,
I wanted to ask you, did you want me to pull out the article related to the video and put it on the screen?
Get it while we in it.
Okay, Khan, I'll go ahead and do that now. Bear with me 1 second. All right, so here's the article. The water for the brother Amawan for sending that as well. You see it in the screen, Akia?
Khan, I can see it.
All right, this is from the article feed. It says, jumping down, it says the incredible story of quote Black Jesus from the 1960s. All right, so when we get back, we're gonna get straight to the point. We was discussing David Wilcock was the one that was behind the story, as you heard in the video, but just jumping down to what happened to the Jake in the story. Let's jump down, bear with me. All right, so I'm gonna start here. It says, and I'm gonna read pretty fast, get through it. It's a lot, but it says the story sounded hard to believe based on my ordinary everyday consciousness and personal experiences. However, having David Wilcock recount the story as coming straight from one of his trusted confidential sources. Let me blow this up a little bit so the words are bigger. All right. So reading on, it says, however, David Wilcock recount the story as coming straight from one of his trusted confidential sources adds a bit of credibility to it. It says that did not mean I truly believed it or fully believe it to this day, but I continue to try to make sense of this story in terms of how it fits within my current paradigm of reality. And certainly in this regards, it remains within the realm of possibility for me. Here's the story here's the story as recounted in the book. One of the most surprising stories, Jacob, ever told me concerning a man they called, quote, the Black Jesus. It says, he said this was highly classified, and he was definitely talking, quote unquote, talking out of school to tell me about it all. Apparently in the 1960s, a man appeared in Africa who had full ascendant abilities. He could read people's minds, materialize objects out of thin air, communicate telepathically, levitate himself, and teleport his body from one location to another. That's everything we talked about. It says he was a spiritual teacher who emphasized love, peace, and service to others, and forgiveness as the common core that unify all great religions. It says the cabal does not want anyone to develop. Let's read on. It says the cabal does not want anyone to develop. Going back at the top, these abilities. It says the cabal does not want anyone to develop these abilities, and if they find out that someone has them, they will hunt those people down and terminate them with prejudice. The cabal made several attempts to assassinate this man. He consistently regenerated his body after each attack, no matter how lethal it seemed to be. Finally, the man was told that they had given up. He was far too powerful. There was nothing they could do to stop him, and they were going to surrender. They invited him to a major world summit and told him they will reveal him to all humanity so he could share his message. He was brought on board a military transport aircraft. Once airborne, he was shot repeatedly. His body was divided into many different sections, each of which was stored in a super high-tech energy shielded container. Jet aircraft rushed up to the plane in sequence and scrambled the containers all over the earth as far apart as possible. The contents were then completely destroyed. It was hoped that this would prevent him from being able to regenerate himself. After this was done, the men materialized directly into the offices of the people who had ordered his murder. Man, this is crazy. It's far out, man. It says, there were no visible signs of damage to his body. He said, quote, your desire to prevent me from living on earth is so strong that I am forced to honor it for now. I will be leaving you shortly. However, in the future, many more people will develop abilities just like me. Once that happens, you will no longer be able to stop us from making this world a peaceful place for everyone. Okay, and I'm gonna stop right there, man, because that's pretty much the main point, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can add in, Elder. You know.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, that's where you get the idea of X-Men from, because they showed you ultimately that Esau, his different governments of the earth, and by way of the military, they wanted to exterminate the mutants.
God.
Anyone that had that type of power, they wanted to get rid of them, man. So same thing with us. The fact that we're Israelites they have the knowledge of Yahweh Shah. Do you know what Esau wants to do with us? They want to take us out. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Islam. This ain't Christianity. And this ain't some black radical extremist group. This is the truth. This is the truth, and they are afraid.
Yeah,
all right?
Exactly.
They scared. All right. They scared.
Hey, that's why they try to keep the word hidden from us, man. If this wasn't the truth, then why did they go out? Hey, why was Psalms 83 written? Why did all the kings of the earth take crafty counsel amongst each other? Meaning they had a group meeting, a secret meeting on how they would destroy us as a nation. So if what we say has no significance, then why would these devils go out the way to do this? You got to ask the question. You got it, Doc.
He's going to these lengths because he knows, man.
That's right.
Sometime now. And like Elder Pastor Gabar said years ago, you can't sleep on Esau. Esau is the closest thing to us. They've had this information for a very long time. We're just not now finding out about it.
That's right.
Hey, Yahweh Shah said there's nothing hidden that should not be revealed.
Whew.
So that's why it's coming out now, man. You know, this is the end of their world, man. So, hey, they're going down.
That's it. I
I'm
got
saying?
one more. I got one more for you, Salakia, man. The
Okay.
spirit is just ultra heavy, man. I want to get this real quick, if I may, Baba Kushah.
You got it.
Because this pretty much sums up everything that we've been explaining in the spirit. All right, this is Ephesians chapter 3, verses 3 through 5, and it reads, Ephesians 3 and 3. It says, "How that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote afore in a few words." Verse 4, "Whereby when ye read, you may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Hamashiach Yahushai." Verse 5, "Which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and the prophets by the Spirit."
Yeah, so now we had the secrets, man. You know, we got the keys. We got the keys to the kingdom, man.
That's right.
You know, so full access to the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to the understanding. All right, so there's nothing you can do with us.
Nothing.
Even Yahushua said, "Fear not them which kill the body," and they attempted to kill his body. You know, so and once again, we believe that through the Spirit, that man was an angel unaware. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. You know, but see what he did, that set the stage, so to speak, for how the Lord was going to have his men in the future.
God.
You know, showing how the Lord would use that power through us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
The Lord gives us that power. And the Lord had a heavy spirit on Jake in the 60s, man. So for the Lord to have a man or to have an angel out there depicted as an Israelite man during that time, it made sense, man. See, that's when this truth started first getting pushed out there.
That's heavy.
You know, in the 60s. So, well, you know, and like, you know, El Pastor Gabar, he made a statement, you know, it started really in the 50s, you know, but also in the 60s, you know, the 50s and the 60s and 70s was a very heavy time for Israel. All right. So to have that man out there, man, was really more than like it was an angel. It makes sense that it was around that time, because that's when the truth started getting pushed out like it was, man.
Damn, that's
right?
spiritual. Man.
Yeah, that was spiritual. You know, because that was the beginning of Esau seeing the decline of his kingdom.
Man.
The beginning of his decline was in the late 60s, man. So that's all the spirit. You know, he said, many men gonna be like him with that same type of power, and you will not be able to stop us, man.
That's right.
You know, I got something for you, bro.
You got it. Hey, brother, you got it. You got it. You got it.
Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12.
Yep.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and thereof the done shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
By the hand of my people Israel. Go ahead.
And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Yeah, so Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to give the nation of Israel vengeance, man. All right, that's cut and dry. It says, by the hand of my people Israel, man. So he's going to allow Israel to get their hands on Edom. Pretty much wherever Esau dwells at in the world, man, he's going to get got. You know?
Yeah. You ain't going to be able to hide.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, well, you know what? Let me get that. Let me get that, bro.
See, and this is why they fear, man. Going back to what James 2:19. The devils also believe and tremble, man. All right. Hey, remember, a couple months back, they spotted a father ship, a massive chariot. They said it was 10 times bigger than the earth. The brother from my camp, they said another article came out. They said that the chariot was like 25 times bigger than the earth, man. All right. So imagine them being up in NASA, all right, on their massive telescopes, looking into the heavens, and you see you see a chariot, a father ship, 25 times bigger than the earth, headed this way, man. What can you do against that? What can you say? You know, this is our power that's coming to deliver us, man. You know, Salakia, brother, you got it.
And the heavy part about it, you know, that chariot is so massive. That chariot or those particular chariots are so massive that they cover the earth, you know. But those may not even be the Father's ship.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that chariot that the Lord is going to premiere in, you know, we may just see that when he comes in it.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So he got all types of ships, all types of chariots that are bigger than the earth, but we don't even know if that's the exact, you know, ship that he's coming in himself, man. You know what I'm saying? So once again, y'all in trouble. I'm gonna read this for you, bro. Jeremiah
you got it.
And verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places.
Yep.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
Hey, you can't run, you can't hide. What's that Lauryn Hill song with Fugees?
Yeah.
You know, you can't run, you can't hide, gonna find you, nigga. Straight up. But see, it's over for him, man. And see, exposure was his main. Apostle Gabar would always bring this out, man. Exposure was the downfall of Esau, going back to his secret council. All right, the exposure of the Illuminati, the elites, the higher, the spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, that was the downfall of him. He can't hide himself. You know, the Edomite has been identified. I always say that, man. You know, he tried to hide himself as the white man, the European. You know, called himself British, French, and all of that. No, you the damn Edomite, man. You know, and the world knows that.
Like, go ahead, bro.
No, you got it.
And like another point you had made, the fact that their power was in secrecy, they were calling themselves Illuminati at one point. Now we know, you know, they're just Edomites, man. You know what I'm saying? That name Illuminati, that is being exposed. You know? So you can't hide yourself, man. And also dealing with when we get raised up, ultimately, you know, when America gets destroyed and we get raised up, we get beamed up into the chariots, Lord willing, and receive those new bodies. When we go and find you, when we come and find you, like the brother said, we're going to have those new bodies, and you're not going to be able to hide yourself. We're going to take you out of them damn bunkers, wherever you at, and we're going to chain your ass up and put you in slavery, man.
That's right.
You know? Hey, and that's phenomenal. That's some great power, man. That's magnificent power. Grandeur power. All right?
Right.
You know? Hey, because many nations have been enslaved on the earth before. Many civilizations have had slaves, and you know that's how, you know, the empires on the earth were built. But no other nation has went out the way you about to go out, Esau.
God.
Here it is. You got bunkers underground. You got space stations. You got, you know, underwater cities, you know, etc. Man, different mountain retreats. You know, bunkers in the mountains, and all those different locations. The Lord got them all pinpointed.
Exactly.
He's got angels watching you, man. And when the time comes, where you at, you're gonna be spoiled. All right, we're gonna take you up out of there, man. You know, and like the brother said, that's what you're afraid of. See, we can be like InFact all day, calling ourselves, you know, marching around and carrying guns and shit. You don't fear that. You make mockery of that. Even low-level Edomite militias make mockery of that. There's nothing to be afraid of. And them niggas, they be shooting themselves. So you don't fear that. You fear this. All right, the spirit. You fear the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's what you're afraid of, man. Hey, and like El Apostle Gabar said, you devils, you're afraid to die. Ultimately, see, an Edomite is afraid of death because you know you're about to be before the throne of a so-called black man.
That's right.
You know, that's who's going to give you judgment. Here it is, you're judging the earth in wickedness, you know, getting Jake locked up for petty crimes, you know, got Jake serving consecutive life sentences on some petty shit, man. But guess what? When you give up the spirit, give up the ghost, you appear before the throne of the so-called Negro.
That's right.
When you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, his real name is Yahushua, you know, and he's the one coming back. That's who you fear. All right. You know what I'm saying? You fear the source, but you fear his son too. And he's coming with terror, man. And also, he's going to give his men that power, and you're going to be terrified by them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, brother, you got anything else?
Hey, that's it, man. Hey, no, I mean, like you said, through all that pride that these Edomites have, all right, in the back of their mind, that it's like, what if they're saying it's true, you know? Yep. And this is what's bugging Esau out. This is why he wants to stop this truth, man. This is why, first of all, he ain't stopping it, you know. But this is why they envy, man, you know, because hey, deep in their spirit, they know what time it is, man. You know, they know, hey, this is written, hey, thus saith the scriptures, man. This ain't nothing that we just making up. You know, we ain't get on this live stream for almost 2 hours making shit up. All right, this is all in the scriptures that you damn Christians claim that you read and understand, man. All right, this is what's coming to the Israelites, man. The covenant that was made between Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Okay. I'll give you another one, another spiritual power scripture. I get Joshua. All right. Because the spirit has just been mighty, man. And Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know.
Yahushua, that's right.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 23. And I'm going to read verses 8 through 10. And it reads, Joshua chapter 23, verse 8. It says, but cleave unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, your power, as you have done unto this day. It says, and in my scripture, my sword, it says, stay obediently. All right. It says, but cleave unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, your power, as you have done unto this day. For the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, have driven out from you, Salakia, for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, have driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man has been able to stand before you unto this day. Verse 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000.
There it is.
For the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, your power, he it is that fighteth for you, as he have promised you.
That's it. So the Lord, he's going before us, man. You know, his spirit was actually with us in the ancient world. All right. When we would go to war, you know what I'm saying? Them chariots would be all in the midst, man, hovering over us, man.
Come.
You know? So we're living during a time when the Heavenly Father, he's intervening again.
Come.
You know? And we need this, man. We need it because without the Lord, you're not going to win. All right? Esau, see, the Lord put this devil up on game so much with his technology to where you need some divine power. You need something out of this world, so to speak, in order to combat this devil, man. You know what I'm saying? So you using what he got, that's not going to work. And then these different, guns and, just little basic things that Esau gives the American public. If Esau gives this to the commoner, what do you think that the government has?
True,
all
man.
Right? What do you think about the real weaponry that they got? You know what I'm saying? So you need a high power, Jake.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And you know what? We ain't just saying this for guys like InFact, and because we don't believe you, Jake, serious anyway. But for you, Jakes, in these different groups, which y'all not serious, the majority of you. But if you got ears to hear, know that carnality not gonna save you, man. It don't matter how many guns you got. You may be put in a situation where you may not even be able to use that shit, man. You know? So at this point, just trust in the Lord. Hey, even according to that clip that we saw in the intro, that's more proof that it's power coming, it's divine power coming, spiritual power is coming.
That's right.
With that power, we're gonna be unstoppable, man.
Beautiful.
You know?
Beautiful.
That's
That's it. Hey, you can't, Jake, you can't defend yourself, man. You got to come out of that spirit, man. You know? But hey, don't the scripture say curses the man that maketh flesh his arm? Something around them lines.
Yeah. The man that trusts in man that make a flesh his arm.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Trusting in Esau's weapons, thinking that shit gonna save you, man. You know? Esau can't save himself, man.
Come.
Even King David, he had said that in the spirit. He said, They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto Yahweh, but he answered them not. And he was speaking about the enemies of Israel. He's speaking about Edomites and the other nations, man.
That's right.
You know, here it is, Esau, he may know the name of the Heavenly Father. He's going to pray to that name, and the Lord not going to answer him, which is going to have our way with Esau. All right?
That's it.
Yeah, brother. Hey, that's it on my end. You got something else? Or?
Hey, that's it. Hey, it's been said, you brothers, you know, you can check out the link on your own. You know, you saw the video, the article is there, Lord, whether I posted in the description. But hey, this is the truth, man. All right. This is the reason why the Israelite man in particular is under attack heavy, man. All right. Because they know the people, the rulers of this world know that the Heavenly Father is going to bless the chosen with that power, man. He's going to rise them up, the house of David, man. He said the house of David shall be as an angel of the Lord, man. Okay. It tells you in Ezekiel 37 that he rose up that great exceeding army, man, the army, you know, and that fear fell before them, man. So this is what's happening right now. This is prophecy being fulfilled, man. And that Black Jesus story is just a heavy statement and an example of what's to come in the future, which is to come in these days, you know. So that's pretty much it, you know.
Yeah, man. And you can only imagine like a huge surge going throughout your body, man.
Come.
You know, like a circuit, man. Because see, the Holy Spirit is charging us up, powering us up, man.
That's right.
You know, that's why we've been going into this like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Because see, if it was another topic, which we can get on different particular topics, man. But see, when it comes to spiritual power, see, like the brother said, it's a faith booster, man. This is what we got to look forward to. All right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, he's giving us examples, man. Examples of that power that Esau knows about.
That's right.
You know, that Esau got recorded, man. They know our history. They know.
They got the records.
Yeah, that's right, brother. They got the records, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, just stay strong, stay in the spirit. We almost up out of here. Lord willing, as long as we continue, man, we're going to be endued with power from on high, man.
Come.
And that power is going to be emanating from off of you. People going to know. All right, he's one of them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like brother had said, also, it's going to be used to further gather the elect. Because, you know, that's also in the book of Zechariah, how every man, a certain number of men, a certain number of men out of the nations shall take hold on the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard the Most High with you. So different Israelites that believe, man, that are scattered out here, you know, but they believe in Yahweh Shai. They're going to believe through our works, man. You know, and them seeing the Lord defend us.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
They should be willing in the day of thy power. You know?
It, bro. That's it. But yeah, you close this out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I pray this stream was edifying to you brothers, you sisters that tuned in, you brothers all over the world that tuned in. Keep the faith in Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Pray to the Lord that you're able to see that power, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it come on a particular brother, apostles, elders, yourself, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just pray to the Lord that you be able to see. I know that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I pray this lesson was edifying. We're going to close it out by saying, Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All right. Hey, double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught us this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there worldwide, the house of David that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Hey, shalom to you, brothers. Shalom.